All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a diatribe of mine, so you have to forgive me for that. I did a video a while ago talking about AI and its impact on our culture, the workforce, and the negative impact that it'll have on our lives. Well, last night I had a dream. Not that kind of dream, but I had a dream. And in that dream, a friend of mine sent me a video from a concert. He just wanted to say hi or whatever and how much of a good time that they were having and stuff. But for whatever reason, the concert that was in the background, they were on the upper deck, and the concert in the background was blurred out. Like I couldn't see it. I could hear a little bit of the music, but I couldn't really see anything. It was all blurred out, like intentionally blurred out. Everything else was perfectly in focus. The people in the crowd, everything else was perfectly in focus except for the actual concert. So I'll get back to this dream in a minute and why I think it's kind of important. Well, it kind of made me make this video. You know, Bill Gates once said we can use AI to monitor social media and curb social behaviors using AI on social media. Then just the other day, I went to edit a video of mine with the software that I use. And I had an update waiting for me. And the update contained an AI copilot that would help scan my videos and help me edit them. I don't know about you guys, but it's kind of getting a little bit out of hand for me. We have AI everywhere now. And, you know, I hate to be the, Terminator, doomsday sort of guy. I don't want to think that way. I think AI can actually be useful in certain circumstances. However, with the video I did the other day with the UN Pact of the Future document, which in all likelihood, they're going to use AI to implement a lot of those things. That's the only way they can do it. That'll get around regulations, because there's not really a lot of regulations with AI right now. Not yet anyway. They'll put stuff in, but only just to prevent you from actually using AI for anything. For the most part, I've used AI in some of my videos. Obviously, if you've seen some of the stuff I did a few months ago, I was using AI to, superimpose my face on certain clips and stuff like that. Just mostly harmless stuff, just for entertainment purposes, kind of. And maybe to prevent some copyright, I guess, where I'm not just straight up using the clip. But anyway, but this software, the software that I use for editing, if it has an AI copilot, and let's say, for example, for whatever reason, the AI determines talking about or mentioning in a video, Pact of the Future, the United Nations Pact of the Future, it determines that is hate speech or a threat, some sort of existential threat that I shouldn't be making a video about this. It would basically just stop me and not allow me to edit the video. It'd be like, nope, you can't edit this video, delete it, or whatever. Or much like my dream, it'll actually edit the pieces out where I speak about it or cover them up somehow. All right. I might say, well, maybe just get some new editing software. Okay. But how long before it's in all of the editing software? And I'm sure, there's the dark web and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure someone will come up with a video editing software that won't allow you. But then when you post it, YouTube already uses an algorithm, which is essentially an AI. Those videos don't tend to get a lot of views when I do them. This one probably won't either. But this is something that I felt compelled to actually make. And I've said it plenty of times. We use our phones to sort of report the goings on in the world. So there's a benefit to having them. A lot of the conspiracy theories, were proven true because of these. Our ability and our willingness to actually pull out our phones and record certain things. Now, how the viewer actually interprets that video, it's entirely different. It's very subjective in how somebody determines that video or what they see in the video. Somebody might see this video and be like, yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying. And a lot of people will probably be like, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, bro. Like, it's just phones, man. It's harmless. How long before they actually have control? And it always starts out small. Samsung, I posted this on a video the other day. Samsung is using AI to show you the moon when you zoom in on it. It's altering the image in real time on your phone. Now, it doesn't matter the extent. It matters that it has the ability to do so. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Or they don't seem to understand, or maybe they're just bots that I'm arguing with. And maybe I'm just arguing with myself. Maybe people do realize it and how dangerous it actually is. but it's altering what you see in real time. It's small, sure, but that's how it starts out. It starts out small, and then it grows from there. Then it's, you know, like Apple did a few years ago, and I pointed this out a few years ago because I thought I was like, you know what? Let me determine what I want to see on my phone. You know, Apple rolled out a feature, where it would scan all of your photos and determine the ones that it wanted to show you, or the ones that it deemed relative to you. Thankfully, there was an ability to turn that off. But how long before you're not able to turn it off? I turned it on briefly, and it's still kind of there. You know, I take screenshots with my phones, you know, whatever, all this kind of stuff. I take different pictures of different things. And a lot of the times, the pictures that I take, especially screenshots, it will not show them. It will not come up in the, you know, for you category or whatever. Whatever it determines that it wants me to see, that's what it'll show me. Now you still have the option to go in and actually swipe through all of your video, your phone, your photos and stuff. But sometimes when you want to, you know, show somebody something, you got to sit there and dig through your phone and find that picture. Obviously you can set things up beforehand, et cetera, but that's not the point. The point is that it's able to go in there and show you whatever it wants to show you, whatever it deems relative, not whatever you deem relative, whatever it deems relative. Now, maybe there's some sort of algorithm that determines you spent more time looking at this picture than you did at this picture. Maybe I don't spend enough time looking at some of the screenshots that I do versus, you know, pictures of my family or whatever, right? So maybe it uses that, but those knobs can easily be turned to say you're at a rally, you're at a political event, you're at a concert, you're anything that it determines that it does not want you to see. It can dial that out and say, oh, that's no longer visible to you on your phone. You have to go digging for it. And then eventually you won't be able to find it at all. It'll just delete it for you. So back to my dream. I'm not sure why I dreamt about this, especially in the way that I did. It has been on my mind though quite a bit lately. I've talked about it in lots of different videos, especially the phone. You know, I think we can actually go to concerts and put the phones away and actually enjoy the experience, for one. I don't think we have to record every single, because if you've ever watched a recording of a concert, they sound horrible, and maybe intentionally so. Maybe there is something there that's causing it to sound horrible. But for the most part, you don't pick up the bass, you don't pick up the vibe from the crowd, you don't pick up a lot of stuff. But this has been on my mind a lot. And then when I got the sort of update for the AI Copilot for my editing software, it made me it pushed it to the forefront. And maybe that's why I actually had that dream. You know, it all feels very, very Orwellian in a way. And it won't take long for this to become reality, I don't think, where, you know, and I think even now we are, with some of the alien footage, the drones, the UFOs, all of it. How do we know it's even real anymore? How do we even know? We're looking at it through a lens now. We're no longer looking at it with our eye. We're looking at it through a lens. And that lens can be distorted at any time because it is not controlled by us. It is controlled by the powers that be, let's say the phone manufacturers, which can be controlled by the government through regulations and everything else. And it won't take very long if they wanted to. It could be tomorrow. It could be the next day. It could be 20 years from now. But the fact that we are heading in that direction is what's really worrisome. Anyways, I know this is kind of a little bit of a different video for me, a little bit different of a setting, not a reaction or anything, just thoughts that I wanted to get out in video form and put up on my YouTube channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this in some way. Maybe it'll maybe cause you to put your phone down maybe 5 more minutes a day rather than keeping it up. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, I've been listening to a lot of Limp Bizkit lately. I don't know why, but it is what it is.